skinny. I gotta get my taco spice. I should have probably dug that out before we started. We're gonna make taco style shrimp and we're gonna chat Keto 101. It's Taco About It Tuesday. And I need my taco spice. I have way too many spices, by the way, I'm just saying, so that you know. And our favorite song, It's Raining Tacos. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. Happy Tuesday all. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm going to pause this so that we can save it for when we finish. I decided I wanted a quick, easy shrimp dish, so I figured I would pop on and make it with you guys while we chat Keto 101. So a lot of people in my family have recently started keto. So in my personal life, I'm getting a lot of how do I get started? What are the basics? What do I do? So I figured, let's chat. And if you guys have any questions, you can pop them in the comments and we will cover them as we go. Hello, Miss Olivia. We're going to make some taco style shrimp today, just for funsies, because I feel like having taco shrimp. Last night we made, I made meatball fajitas. So I have some leftover orange and yellow peppers that I cooked in olive oil and my Tex-Mex seasoning. So we're going to use those up, and, well, not all of them, I'm not going to eat all of it, but we're going to use them up, and I'm going to make some shrimp to go with it. So for me, I usually put 6 or 8 shrimp. That's enough for me for a meal, but as much shrimp as you want in your container. And then we're going to add our fat of choice. So you can use butter, ghee, coconut oil, anything you want. I'm going to use avocado oil just because that's what I've got handy right now. So I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil, about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. And then my seasoning of choice. And we're going to use a Tex-Mex seasoning today so that I can make a taco style shrimps. And then I'm just going to throw a little plastic wrap on it and I'm going to pop it in the microwave. Easy peasy, done. Takes about a minute to a minute and a half depending on how many shrimps you're cooking. And then I'm going to show you my quick and easy trick to thicken up the sauce. So let's start that off first, and then I'll get some peppers out on my plate and all set up to go with our shrimp. And I'm just going to kind of plate them out nice on the plate so that they look pretty. I do love pretty food. Like, I think for me, half of the joy of food is looking at it on the plate, knowing that I'm going to enjoy it. I love, to be honest with you, everything about food. I did not end up 290 pounds because I don't like food. So, when they say never trust a skinny cook, maybe you just need to know if they were always skinny, because I wasn't always skinny, and because I love the food. So we're going to get our pepper base on here, and I was thinking I might add a little bit of cheese to this dish as well. Why not? So I'm going to pop the rest of my leftovers back in the fridge, and we're going to check on our shrimp. And we're going to give it a stir. Now I'm going to show you my secret trick. Now, when our shrimp is cooked, see how the sauce is like, it's basically just oil. It's very runny, and any of the sauce that we have on our shrimp is just going to run right off. So I add a sprinkle of xanthan gum to thicken the sauce so that it will stick to my shrimp. So I'm just going to add a little sprinkle, and I'm going to mix it in so that it will thicken my sauce. And you just got to give it a little stir, and it'll give us a nice thick sauce. You can add a little bit of heavy cream to this to make it a white sauce, but that way we're not wasting all of our good oils. We're putting all of that into our food, and then at the end it just leaks right off. So I thicken it up into a nice thick sauce, so we can see we've got our nice thick sauce, and I'm going to warm up my peppers. And I'm going to grab us out some cheese to pop on top of that. I do find that cheese is a nice way to add that little bit of extra fat and that little bit of extra flavor. If you're dairy-free, hit me up for dairy-free options. I make a dairy-free cream cheese, dairy-free yogurt, a lot of products sans the dairy. I did a month of dairy-free, but a lot of people in my Facebook support group can't have the dairy. So I spent a lot of time developing those kinds of recipes too. I won't lie, my real passion is the foods that people want to eat and they can't. So if you have really weird dietary restrictions, we're probably meant to be new best friends, because I like figuring that stuff out and how you go about making it work and getting the foods and the things that you want. So then I'm going to take some cheese slices and I'm going to pop them on top, and I'm going to make some nice melted cheese on top of our shrimp, and then I'll let you take a peek. And these are the quick and easy ways that I make a meal for myself when I'm hungry, but I don't really feel like putting a huge effort in. Another one of my favorites is egg cup. You can take your egg, add your butter or your heavy cream, your good fat, add any meats, any seasonings you want, and it only takes a minute. So you don't have to spend hours and hours preparing all of your food. And that's my favorite thing about keto, is it really is just easy, basic, good ingredients, simple food, fun to prepare, delicious to eat. Okay. And I'm going to melt that cheese just a little bit more. And then we're going to sprinkle a little bit of Tex-Mex on the top to make it look pretty, and that's it. That's my first meal of the day. Now, if you're curious time reference, it is 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, my time. This is generally when I have my first meal of the day. I do what's referred to as intermittent fasting, which isn't really as scary as it sounds. It just means that all the food I eat is in an 8-hour window. So I eat generally from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. because I'm a night owl, and then I don't eat anything up until then. So in the morning I will have my bulletproof coffee if I'm hungry, and then my first meal of the day officially is in the afternoon. We do dinner around 8 p.m. and I have a small snack generally around 10. But you can figure out your eating window so that it's convenient for you and for your family. If you rise early in the morning and you want to start eating early and then finish eating by 6 or 7 p.m., I know a lot of people that works for. Caroline on Instagram says she does intermittent fasting as well, or IF, 16-8, and that's basically all it means. The next level up from that would be OMAD, O-M-A-D, or 1 meal a day. It's basically kind of the same idea, except for that all of your food is in a 4 to 1 hour eating window. So you're eating only 1 meal a day and eating all of your nutrient in only 1 meal. I don't OMAD, but I do know it works well for a lot of people. For me, because of the restrictions of my weight loss surgery and the limited amount of food I can consume in a serving, OMAD doesn't really work all that well for me. I probably could break down to a 4-hour eating window, but I couldn't eat all of the food that I need in a day in a 1-hour eating window, just convenience-wise for me. But I love the convenience of intermittent fasting. And I'll tell you a secret, because I had been keto quite a while when I heard about intermittent fasting, and everybody was raving about it and the results, and everybody was all about it, and I thought, oh my god, this intermittent fasting thing, I need to research this. Like, everybody loves it, everybody is doing so well, and I was kind of disappointed when I looked it up, because I realized I was already intermittent fasting by eating when I was hungry and not when I wasn't. So the first thing I changed when I started keto is I stopped eating just for the sake of eating. And I started eating when I was hungry and not when I wasn't hungry. And your body will develop its very own intermittent fasting schedule that works best for you. We eat in the evening because my brother takes his medication at 8 p.m. So it works out to be a great time in my house to have dinner. But whatever works for you and is easiest for you, you can work into your everyday schedule. And it can be quick and easy and convenient. I'm just going to grab a fork so we can eat a little bite of my shrimp before I got to take off. And go grab Jacob. But if you have friends and family members who are just starting keto as well, encourage them to join our Facebook group. There's all kinds of recipes and support, and you can ask questions if you have any. And that way we're all able to learn together at one time. So I'm going to take a bite, and then I'm going to take a quick scroll. I show you that. Also hot. I'm like burning my mouth. Yay. Okay. So, basics. First thing I want to stress is fats. That is the one major difference between just a low carb diet and a ketogenic diet, is your added fat. You need the extra fat as you cycle off of carbs and sugar so that your body has a fuel source. The idea of keto is to convert your fuel source from sugar and carbs to fats. So if you are not adding enough fat when you start keto, you're kind of trying to run on low battery and you don't have the energy to replace what you're taking out of your diet. So my favorites, I love avocado oil, olive oil, ghee, coconut oil, butter, rendered bacon fat, rendered sausage fat. Any rendered fat is going to be an amazing source for you. Now, for me, I use the rule of thumb. And basically that means a thumbful of fat or a tablespoon of fat to each serving of everything I eat. So if you noticed, I put a tablespoon of fat, well, you didn't see me cook the veggies, but there was a tablespoon of fat in the veggies, a tablespoon of fat in the shrimp, and then you add your cheese. So, for example, if I was having, say I was having steak salad and cauliflower mash, I would have my little piece of steak and I would have either butter or rendered bacon fat, some good fat on top of my meat, my vegetables with my sour cream and my butter, and then I would have my salad with my avocado oil or my olive oil so that you're getting a good portion of fat for everything that you eat. Caroline says, I actually discovered keto because I had been introduced to intermittent fasting and stumbled upon keto hashtags while following the fasting hashtags on Insta. And lucky for me, with PCOS, I have found a better lifestyle. And I know a lot of people who eat this way to help them manage and treat their PCOS. This is a very, very common diet for dealing with all kinds of hormonal imbalances, to be honest with you. I feel like a lot of the issues that we have with our body is the processing of the foods that we eat. So when you come to a ketogenic lifestyle and we eat less sugar and less processed carbs, our body starts to just process things better and break them down better. Pre-keto, I didn't know that these things bothered my stomach because I ate them all of the time. So there was literally never a time that my stomach didn't hurt. I just took for granted that that's how my body processed food, and it wasn't good. My food was not processing in a healthy manner. Before I had my weight loss surgery, I had very, very, very severe irritable bowel syndrome. I never knew that's what it was. I never went to the doctor. I was never officially diagnosed. But within 20 minutes of eating anything, you could set a timer by me. Within 20 minutes of eating, I had to go to the washroom. And there isn't any way that your body is taking a decent amount of nutrient out of your food in that amount of time. It isn't physically possible for your food to break down the nutrient dense portions of your food in that amount of time. I didn't know. Are you not supposed to hold a garbage can and cry while you go to the bathroom? Everybody doesn't do that? What? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Carolyn said, so much less indigestion now, so much less bloating and everything. I find I don't have joint pain, my shoulder pain, my back pain. I had a car accident about 10 years ago, and I was starting to get really, really bad pains in my shoulder, and sometimes you can hear it click in my shoulder. And the last x-rays I had, they noticed that I've got a calcification of the joint. So basically, slowly, calcium builds up around the injured joint so that eventually it locks up and it can't move. But I've seen a great increase in my mobility, a decrease in the inflammation, and my shoulder really doesn't bother me as much. And it's been 2 years on keto. So there are a lot of benefits other than weight loss. And I understand it is so easy to get caught up in that weight loss game. Everybody wants to lose weight. Summer's coming. Everybody wants to wear their bathing suits. But there's so much to keto that doesn't have to do with weight loss. And for me, I found that focusing on good food is what's taken me through, because I haven't lost weight every month. You're not going to lose weight every month. Losing weight is not an even scale of, oh, I'll lose 2 pounds this week and 2 pounds next week and 2 pounds and 2 pounds. It doesn't work that way. There are so many hills and valleys along the way that if your only focus is the number on the scale, you're going to become frustrated, and it'll happen, and you'll feel like, well, I'm not losing any weight, so, why am I even bothering to eat healthy anyways? I mean, I may as well just go and eat junk food if I'm not losing weight. But what I want to stress to you is there's so many changes going on inside your body, under the surface, that you might not see, that will certainly not be reflected in your scale. And I mean, I hear a lot of critics who say keto can't be healthy. And what I say to that is, it's whole foods, it's natural foods. I'm preparing them myself at home. What's so unhealthy, right? Before keto, I ate everything out of a box. Literally, every food that we ate was processed food. It came out of a can, it came out of a box, it was a heat and eat. Everything was quick, simple, easy, because that's the life we all live. I was very frustrated when I realized I would have to learn to cook everything. And I felt like it would take me a lot longer. I bought the convenience. I bought that hook, line, and sinker when they said, oh, well, you don't have time to cook healthy. You don't have time to make things from scratch. I mean, what you have time for is to grab something out of a box. You've got plenty of time for that. And when I started cooking keto and changing the way I was thinking about my food, I realized it doesn't actually take me any longer to prepare food now. Lots of ways I save time in my food prep, and it seems quicker and easier. So if you're just starting keto, if you're brand new, I encourage you to go over to Facebook and search up my Facebook group. It's called Colorful Keto Lifestyle, and that's colorful with a U because we're in Canada. And come check it out. We have lots of recipes. And again, you can post any questions that you have in group. You can also post to my public Facebook page as well. A lot of people use that. Even my personal page. If you want to post questions, you're more than welcome to post any questions you guys have there. So I hope you have an amazing day. I am going to eat my taco style shrimp, and I hope that you guys have a wicked rest of your Tuesday. Carolyn says, so many people ask me about keto, come back with, that's the reason they can't stick to it. And that's the thing. If you have in your mind it's a diet and you're going to lose 20 pounds, and if you don't lose that 20 pounds, you're over it, you're done. it's really hard to stay on plan because we don't lose weight the way we want to. I mean, trust me, you don't eat healthy for 3 days and lose 20 pounds so you can stay motivated to eat healthy for another 3 days. We need to really focus on our health, our physical health, our mental health, and the other things that are going to make us want to continue with a keto lifestyle. And hand in hand with that, I say fun food, because at the end of the day, we all come back to the food. The food is the one thing that brings us all together. None of us would have ever had weight issues if we didn't love food. And I would have been thin years ago if somebody had said to me, oh, Tori, you can still have the things you want. You can still have all the things that you want and be thin. I never knew that that was an option, but it is an option for me in my life now. I can eat all of the things I want. I can create a healthy version of it, and I don't have to feel like that deprivation and then binging cycle. Because in my old life, sure, I diet for 3 or 4 days and be like, wow, I mean, dude, I ate healthy for like 3 days and I didn't lose any weight, so I think I'm gonna not do this. And I would yo-yo back and forth, and I never had any true motivation other than the number on the scale. So I encourage you to make a list of the things that you have seen that have improved in your life, because in those moments when we're feeling weak and we're feeling low and the emotional eating comes back to rear its ugly head, sometimes all we need to do is remind ourselves of all of the amazing benefits we've seen that have nothing to do with the scale. So I think we're going to do that for tomorrow for our Getting Over the Hump. I think I'm going to post a challenge, and we're going to talk about some of the benefits that we've seen with keto that have nothing to do with the scale, because I think it's important for people to realize that weight loss is just the beginning of our health journey. It's a great spot. Everybody wants to lose weight, but it really is only part of what we're doing to live a healthier life. So I hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow, and we're going to talk about some of the other benefits that we've seen from keto. We might even talk about the love life. Wah, wah. Just saying. Somebody had to say it. All this extra energy, all the extra pink in our cheeks, it goes somewhere. I'm just saying. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome Tuesday. Bye, darlings. Let's get our taco song and let's dance. Because it's tacos and it's Tuesday. And I'll give you like a nice look at like a cheesy shrimp taco bite. So you can see, oh, cheesy shrimp. Have an awesome day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And we're going to get over the hump together. Bye.